Hi and welcome to A World of Words Book Talks. I'm Vanessa and today we will be discussing Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. I'm sure there are already about 10 zillion book talks on this book out there, but I just read it for the first time and I wanted to share my feelings and opinions on it. So, if you haven't read Throne of Glass, in a land without magic, where the king rules with an iron hand, an assassin is summoned to the castle. She comes not to kill the king, but to win her freedom. If she defeats 23 killers, thieves, and warriors in a competition, she is released from prison to serve as the king's champion. Her name is Selena Sardothian. The crown prince will provoke her, the captain of the guard will protect her, but something evil dwells in the castle of glass, and it's there to kill. When her competitors start dying one by one, Selena's fight for freedom becomes a fight for survival and a desperate quest to root out the evil before it destroys her world. This review will most definitely contain some spoilers, so if you haven't read it yet and you don't want to know what happens before you read it, I recommend going and reading it and then coming back and watching all of the fun that's about to happen. So for any of you who have maybe tried to read it and were a little on the fence about it, or maybe you even put it down, I understand. I actually did put it down for a little bit. I thought it started off really strong, and then from between pages 100 and 200 I felt like it slowed down a little bit, so I actually put it down for a while. But then I picked it back up and it really does get going. The last 200 pages were really good and definitely worth reading, so if you're not really sure, just hold on and it gets really good. I know a lot of people don't like love triangles and they think it's an overdone trope in young adult fiction, but I don't feel that way at all. So I was really excited to read this book going into it knowing that there was a really intense love triangle, Dorian or Kale. That's what I was hearing all the time. Dorian or Kale? Dorian or Kale? Whose side are you on? It was kind of like, Vampire Diaries. Stefan or Damon? Team Damon, by the way. So I was really excited. Love triangles, yay! But, so at first I wasn't on anyone's side. Kale seemed kind of stiff, and Dorian seemed like a spoiled womanizer. Now, that's in the beginning. Don't hate me if you love either one of them. I ended up liking both of them quite a bit. So they're both just staring at her a lot. Like Dorian was always watching her, and then Kale was always watching her, but like, no, I shouldn't be attracted to her. And Dorian's like, I'm attracted to her. I want her. I don't care that she's an assassin. Which is a little weird. It's just a little weird. It wasn't really working for me yet. And I was like, this is that great love triangle that everyone's talking about? But this isn't what I was promised, basically. But then it got good. Whenever she discovered Elena's tomb, that's when I really got interested in the story, because I love secret passageways. Let's be honest, who doesn't like a good secret passageway? Not much to say. Yay, secret passageways. Yay. One of my first favorite scenes that made me like really excited and love the story was the Yulmus candy scene when she just ate all the candy, just like a little kid on Christmas. It was so cute. It really made me love her character for some reason. And then when Dorian came in and was all disappointed that she ate so much, and he was like, you could have saved me some. And then she was just like, no. She was just acting like a big kid. That was so cute. I loved that scene so much. The Cinderella scene. Oh man, I loved that scene. Again, one of the things that really made me fall in love with the story. I loved her dress. It was so sparkly and fun, and how she snuck into the ball was so much fun. And okay, so at first, she went down the stairs, everyone was like, oh, who is this mysterious girl? And Dorian instantly was like, that's Selena. I know it's Selena. Which made me laugh because she thought, I have a mask, so no one's gonna know who I am. And then everyone's just like, I think that's Selena or Lillian or whatever she was calling herself. And so Kale swooped in, grabbed her hand, and Dorian was all jealous for a second because he's like, I want to dance with her. And Kale refused to dance with Selena. That section when he was refusing to dance with her, I was just like, just dance with her. Kale was acting like a big stick in the mud. I'm sorry, he was just like not dancing with her. And then she was like, fine. And then Dorian steps in, and Dorian wants to dance with her, and then Kale proceeds to just stare at them and be incredibly jealous. And so I was having such a hard time sympathizing with Kale during this scene because she asked him first. He could have just danced with her, but no, he had to be like, I can't, I'm captain of the guard, and you're an assassin, and that's not okay, and we can't possibly, I can't feel anything, I can't possibly feel anything, I can't have feelings for her, she's an assassin. But then he's just standing there staring at her dance with Dorian and getting like really jealous and overwhelmed. And I was just like, you could have just danced with her. And then I did feel really bad for him when he was staring longingly at her after the ball when she was in her balcony, and then he was just staring at her being like, she didn't even look down and notice that I was here. I did feel bad, but at the same time it was kind of just playing in my head, you could have danced with her. I had very mixed feelings about Kale here for a minute there. But then with her and Dorian, they're so cute. I love her and Dorian so much. They're adorable. They're so sweet. And I love how they both love to read. And they're so cute. But backing up 1 second, I wasn't completely sure about Dorian from the beginning. Because at first it seemed like he was just after her because she was a challenge. Like he had gotten a little bit bored with all the girls at court, and then it looked like he was kind of just after her because she was difficult. Because she was an assassin, and so he thought, oh, I want to go after her because she's pretty and she's new and exciting. And I was like, that's not a good idea. She's kind of a dangerous killer. So why do you want to mess with her? I was kind of concerned about his intelligence level, because you can't just sleep with an assassin, and then he potentially was planning to just like sleep with her and then go off and do whatever princely things he wanted to do, and you know, maybe just like play with her feelings or just use her or whatever. And I was like, she's an assassin, so she's not gonna just let that go. You're crazy. You're crazy. But as soon as it became clear that he actually did have real feelings for her, I was totally all for Dorian because he's really awesome. So awesome. So then once the story did get going for a while, I was trying to decide, okay, who do I want? Do I want Dorian with her or do I want Kale with her? And I was just thinking, they're both really good for her in different ways. Dorian is intellectual like her. They both like reading and they can talk about things like that together. Kale is also a fighter, so they have that in common. So they both complimented her really well in really different ways, which I thought was great. Great job, Sarah J Maas, for that. The pool playing scene was so cute. I thought it was really funny that there was a pool playing scene in this book, because in a lot of, you know, either contemporary novels or in a lot of romantic comedies, there's always the scene when the guy teaches the girl how to play pool, and I thought it was really funny to see that in a fantasy novel. I was kind of like, wait, I don't know what's going on here. It was really fun. I love that scene. Although Selena was so aware of what he was trying to do. There was a scene in the tomb with Cain and summoning the demon, and that description freaked me out so much. That scene was so intense, where she was seeing the green light come up the stairs. It reminded me of the part in Sleeping Beauty where Aurora was walking down the stairs and then there was that green light going up the stairs. She was going towards the evil. It was so good. And then with Cain and the demon, and then he left her there with the demon, and then the demon started chasing her, and she had to defeat it, and then she like ran into the tomb, and then she stabbed the demon, and I honestly thought that the amulet would protect her, that it would end up having like the amulet would bring out this force field that would protect her from evil demons and stuff after she stabs the demon, and we're like, oh, everything's okay. It's not. And she's dying from the demon bite. So I thought the amulet might end up to have some cool healing powers or something, but it didn't. But Nehemia did, and she swooped in there, and that was really awesome. And it turned out that she wasn't evil and conspiring against anyone, and they are so cool as best friends. I love them. I love Nehemia. She's really an awesome character. Really an awesome character. I'm right after, like, the training scene after the whole demon tomb thing. It's Selena's point of view, and she's just like Cain standing over there smiling and talking like he's not a demon summoning psychopath. I just love that line. That was so funny. Ah, Selena, when you're so sassy. And then we have Caltaine. I have some very unflattering terms I could use to describe my feelings about Caltaine, but I won't because I'm going to keep this PG. I don't like her. At first, when I was reading her scenes, I was just wondering, what is the point of her character? She obviously was there to get between Dorian and Selena because she wanted Dorian for herself, but honestly I didn't feel like she was intelligent enough or that she had enough power to actually affect anything. It's not like I don't like scheming royals. I watch things like The Tudors or Reign that have scheming royals, and that's good. I read about like books with scheming royal people all the time. I love them, but I didn't like her. She didn't have enough of a personality, and it's not just because she was a mean person, because you can be a mean person and still be entertaining on screen, like Natalie Dormer in The Tudors and Game of Thrones. But you always want to know what she's gonna do next. Caltaine, however, when I was reading her stuff, I didn't really care to know. I kind of just wanted to skip it. And then there was the poisoning part. Like, I didn't think she would have the power to affect anything, which is why I was so irritated and didn't like her scenes, but then she did. And the poisoning, when they were like, oh, we'll just poison the goblet as she takes a drink, and I was like, hold on, this is getting very Shakespearean. We're getting all Hamlet up in here. Then I went from just like hating Caltaine to hating Caltaine. It's just a big step up. You know, I didn't think I could dislike her more, but then I did. And it turns out she's not even dead. They just threw her in the dungeon, and I really, really hope she does not come back. I wanted her dead. I don't want her to be in the story. The final battle scene was just intense. With all the demons being summoned, and oh my god, it was crazy. It was crazy. And poor Selena, all drugged up and getting beat up by demons. Poor thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. I thought it was interesting, the whole obsidian making you more sensitive to other realms and other realities. When her and Nehemia were having that discussion about magic, about the words and the word gates and magic and portals, and I was getting so excited because I was like, what if there's gonna be more magic and more portals? And that would be so much fun. Yay magic, yay portals. More, more, more. And when it turned out that the king actually knew about the word marks and magic and everything, I mean, I wasn't completely surprised by this because he did banish magic from the land, so he must have had some reason to banish magic from the land. I don't know if it was supposed to be a giant plot twist, but I was kind of like, eh. And I really wanted the king to not just be evil and mean, but also have a personality and be like funny evil and say sassy, funny things. He never did. Maybe he will. I doubt it. But yeah, I just like my villains to have like more. It's like the villain Vampire Academy. It's like he's funny, and both villains from the Mortal Instruments series. I'm not gonna say any more than that because spoilers. But yeah, they all have so much personality. Kind of like my villains having more one-liners and things like that. That's just what I like. At the end, when Selena broke it off with Dorian, I was so disappointed because they were so cute. And then she just broke it off because she's like, we can't be together. Yeah, because she wanted to be able to leave and not want to stay. And she thought if she let herself be involved with Dorian, then she would want to stay. But that's stupid. I wanted her to be with Dorian. As far as, you know, knowing there is a massive love triangle in the series, story-wise, because this is gonna sound horrible, but story-wise, I thought it would be a little bit more interesting if she stayed with Dorian, and then she discovered that she was attracted to Kale, and then she starts cheating on Dorian with Kale. It's horrible to say that, you know, I wanted Selena to be a cheater and everything, but I mean, come on, you would be flipping those pages knowing, trying to figure out like, oh my god. But no, she just broke up with Dorian, and then I'm assuming in book 2 she'll get together with Kale. But that's not quite as interesting as what I had in mind. So that is it for my Throne of Glass book talk. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Bye. When I was reading it, I just pictured Kale as Max Irons because they kept describing his brown eyes, and I was like, oh, he'd be perfect. I think Dorian Douglas Booth would probably be a good Dorian. He's good at anything. He can be Romeo, he can be a weird evil prince from another planet. He's good at anything. And for Selena, for some reason, I was picturing Claire Bowen from Nashville because she's kind of, like, they keep describing her being short and adorable, and that kind of fits her. What do you think? Let me know your fan cast for them if you've thought about it. If not, you know, think about it. It's fun. It's fun.